Hi guys, good morning. My name is Joseph Ibrahim. I'm a software engineer here at Carousel. So today I will be talking about front end design. Basically, I would like to talk more on layouts, how you lay out your website. Then I will be talking about some key features in every website based on layout. And also, I'll be talking about some key HTML elements that will help you to lay out any website properly. And also, I'll be talking about responsiveness as we go along in the long run. Then from there, we'll pick it up. So let's start by saying what layout is. So layout is just in every website, contents are structured based on um, relationships. Let me use that word, relationships. When I'm talking about relationship, what do I mean? Like for example, if you check every website, you notice that they have similar way of how they are structured. You see, let's just go to Decathlon website, HQ.com. So if you look at this Decathlon website, you notice that we have the menu at the top. If you click here, you get to see the list of items. Then after the menu, the next part is the banner, which is this area where you have your information, like the first thing everybody will see on your website, right? Then after the banner, you go down, you see other information. You see, so these informations, if you notice, they are grouped together, right? So that's like a way people lay out website. They try to group information so it will like form section by section. So that's it. Then you see the next part of the grouping. You see program details. Then you go down. This is how you apply. Um, you move down to become a Deca devs, then partners, and the team. So this is like a basic layout of any website. Most times, if you notice, every website have menu items at the top. You say that the menu is hidden all the menus of well, because of this website, we're actually viewing it on a iPad mode, on an iPad viewport. That's why you're seeing that the menu is collapsing. But when you have it on a full screen, you notice that the menus at the top, all this list here is at the top part of this website. Then you get to see them and just click them. So that's why I'm talking about layout. So because if you know how to lay out all those content, all those key part of a website, styling it to be very easy. Not that you'll be having your content scattered all over the place without you grouping them and arranging them based on section or like stacking them the way you want them to be. You'll now be using positioning. You'll be abusing positioning because with positioning you can actually move any content of any website any way you want it. But it is proper you lay out your website very well to avoid you writing unnecessary CSS. So let's move on. So this is like the basic layout of a website. So the next thing I want to talk about is how you analyze those layouts. I just talked about like your sidebar. If you notice, it's either you're having a sidebar or your menu bar. Um, uh, Depends on how you want to lay out the website. And most websites they have forms. Like if you want to apply now, or if you want to become a dev, you have to click this and it will take you to a section where you have the information. But now we are actually close. So let me just become a partner so that you get to see what I'm trying to say. That most websites makes use of form. So you see, when you click this, it will take you to a form. Now you have to fill this form. So this is like the part where you get to fill the form to be a partner. So that's like the form part of a website. And gallery. If you notice, most websites they make use of image, but this particular website they're very smart in putting images. They don't put images all over the place. You understand? They put in images in a conceptual way. If you notice now, we have images that is talking about the Deca devs. You see the Deca dev behind. So they are just trying to be wise not to overuse the image on the website. So let's move to the next part, which is carousel. But if you notice, it's not all websites that make use of carousel. Sometimes they make use of banner. But this section of the website is the part where they place every image or anything they want you to see at first. Like if you observe, you see opportunity is waiting for you. Like this is like the first thing that they want you to see, and we call this two button call to action. So we'll be talking about as we go along. So the next part, we'll be talking about the fluid nature of the website. What is like the fluid nature of the website? What are we trying to say when we say every website has a fluid nature? By default, any element you style, any element you place on this web page, by default is responsive. That's like the flow nature we're talking about. Except you now go and add height and width. You now destructure then you have destructured the flow nature of that particular element. So as we go along, you get to understand what I'm trying to say. But I'm just walking you through so that by the time we start writing the code, you get to see those fluid nature I'm talking about. And also we'll be talking about progressive enhancement. Progressive enhancement is just simply adding a little tech and layout that will um, 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 uh, that will help your CSS. If it fails, it can be able to still be in structure, right? By using your normal tag, not just having text instead of this thing that is supposed to be an heading. You now just write the text and you use your CSS because you already know how to style with CSS, and you'll be writing um, a lot of things CSS that you don't need. So we'll be talking about that also, and also we'll be talking about the HTML5 sectioning element. You get like which element do we use in writing sections? Like we have different sections in this website. We have the top part, which we call the navigation. We use navigation and elements to put that, and we have like the address part on the filter, you see. So you can use address to address that to do that, you get. And probably if you have an aside, you can use aside. If you have like an article, like maybe probably you might just decide to include this little text in an article tag, and the heading section, you can actually have your banner in your header section, then your footer, which contains both the elements, the address tag. So that's that. So then after that, we'll be talking about how you build those components from the navigation bar down to the banner, from the banner down to the little article you want to write, down to like different section of the website. Then we'll be focusing more on styling, like writing like a very standard way, a very standard CSS. So we'll be talking about CSS reset, we'll be talking about typography, we'll be talking about your global styles, we'll be talking about your link styles, we'll be talking about cascading and how you use class and ID to like focus on the particular element and styling. And also we'll be talking about specificity as we go along. So specificity is how your CSS style cascade from one element to another. Then that's the point where we'll be talking about inheritance of styles. So as you go along, that's where you get to understand all those things, because it's very necessary for you to write a very good and very for you to write less CSS. You need to understand all these basics in layout. So we'll be talking about them. So I don't like making a very long video so that you can be able to like play over and over, so you'll not be tired. So I'll be stopping at this point. Then in the next point is where we'll be writing real code. So thank you for watching. I really appreciate I appreciate you guys. Thank you. So we'll be moving to the next part. See you there. Bye.